Okay.
In the bottom, next to share screen.
Hello.
People. It's
Hello,
Archeia Passion in the house.
everybody. So, we were gonna talk about sex. I'm gonna talk about sex. I'm gonna touch on it, and we were gonna talk about karmic relationships and 5D relationships. But
Because this
we,
is the crew from 5djourney.org.
yeah,
We
yes,
keep
thank
forgetting
you.
Shelley, by the way.
Yeah, we forget you that. But so interestingly today, Mum and the Angels have set a trigger off very synchronistically for the podcast. So we're gonna work through my beautiful trigger. You can watch the process.
This is great because Jen and I, we've done this a few times for each other before. We love it. It is brilliant, but it might get a little bit, it might get a little bit, not heated, passionate. It might get a little bit
I promise not to
bouncy.
swear soon too much.
Right, okay, let's set the scene. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna
little
go for it.
history. I'm going to let you chat for a bit and I'll just jump in and do my thing.
Okay, so I don't know if hopefully some of you have heard of twin flames. So a twin flame is the other half of your soul, but you are whole, so don't think you're not a whole person in another body. It's basically like the masculine or feminine you. And this person comes along to make you your greatest, grandest version. They are your greatest mirror. They trigger the shit out of you. So you grow to be your best person. The energy with this person is insane. Like me and my twin, we can't really be in the same room because we trigger each other so much. We would say the same sentence at the same time. Dude, it's like you think you've met this great person who's like perfect for you, but realistically, the twin flame relationship is not about the relationship. It is about the journey back to self. So I have been on my twin flame journey for 6 years. It's a long time, and it's not for the faint-hearted, everyone. Don't be jealous. And so I had quite a big trigger with him at Christmas. And I was like, I can't give him all my love and all my energy because me and Nicole discovered that I love my twin more than I love myself. So I was like, so I cut you off. I don't need your love.
You were disempowering yourself because what we found that Jen was actually doing is she was putting all the responsibility, all the power on him. I won't say his name, bless him. On him to make you happy. So you basically had disempowered yourself to the max. And once we'd got that one out, that was massive change, isn't it? Massive light
Yeah.
bulb moment.
And it was awesome for me to like have this clock of like, why do I need somebody else to build my perfect reality? It was an amazing moment, like an aha moment to be like, actually, I can just do it all. And there's no risk of somebody just suddenly pulling away and, my heart, my soul just kind of being torn out. I'm really manifesting it for myself.
I think that is an amazing point. Like, so many people put their dreams and aspirations on the fact that somebody else has to be part of the picture. And especially you might have someone in mind, you might not, but go forward and build that dream for yourself, and so the right person will come into it. Like, you are building this amazing story, or and the characters will the actors for these roles will kind of read the call out and go, oh, that role sounds perfect for me, I'm going to go for the audition, sort of thing. It's kind of like the same thing. So go on,
Yeah.
great, amazing.
Anyway, so since Christmas, I just had this amazing free time of kind of building my own amazing world. We've been setting up the 5D journey group, which is, it's like my dream, it's my soul mission. So everything was really great, and I was really keeping my energy to me. And then today, mother of all creation, mum, and the angels popped this human
It's
being
time.
right in front of me, not just once, but twice today. And, this is someone, it's so true that the universe, you cross paths with people. It's no coincidence. Like, he doesn't live far from me.
Ding ding.
There's a confirm.
Ding confirm. Thanks,
And,
mum.
we've been, sometimes we don't see each other for years. And then today we saw each other twice. And it really it really spun me out, I'm going to be honest, and it made me sad that him coming back in like that. And I know he probably, I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% sure he knew it was me. And yeah, it really hurt. And so what we've been looking at now is that I need to step it up a level and be able to see him and not be triggered at all.
Excellent. So
That would
just
be the divine moment.
now pretend we're not broadcasting to maybe a few 100,000 people, which you might get to those figures quite soon. So forget about that. So just remind me again why you were peed off today. Just talk me in.
Because he makes, I have done a lot of growing as a person. I've grown so much, without him. And the last few weeks, I've grown so much, like working with Nicole. She's an incredible emotional, spiritual healer.
Oh,
Ding.
thanks, Angels. Ego's not
Anyway,
taking that one in at all.
so I'm basically living I'm living my wildest dreams. Like, I can't explain to people when I talk to them how good it is. And then for this human being to come along, and then just because, he doesn't interact with me, I don't know what's going on in his reality. It knocks me out, and it makes me feel unworthy, makes me feel not good enough. It makes me feel like, I don't know,
Why?
it's just
Why does it make you feel those things?
because because he means so much to me, that's why.
And what are you annoyed that he's not doing?
So I'm annoyed that he's, even after all this time, especially what we've been through, and we've both been healing it, that he couldn't just turn around and look at me in the eye or just smile. He couldn't put a little bit of effort in for me. Like, and am I putting all my energy into someone else, right? Is this like going back to
No, because love, heart matters. Oh my God, they consume us, and they are amazing, and the energy and the love and the fun and the excitement and the thrill and everything that comes from it. So, if
but
you know that you,
this feels like today, it's so far past that now. It was 6 years ago, and it hurts so much. Like, it
what
really,
hurts?
my heart
What hurts that
hurt.
he can't make the effort.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And it's I just yeah, there's no one, there is no one who's ever matched him, and probably I shouldn't say this, but maybe no one will ever match him. That is why it's the biggest pain. It's like rejecting yourself. It's like,
right, hold on a sec. I
it's
need
like
to
the
go about something.
one.
So, what do you think should be happening? What would
At
be
this
the
stage, after what happened, and I felt that he'd really, so the divine masculine, I can often see patterns of what the masculines are going through. From I follow a lot of tarot readers, and I can pick up on what he's going through. And I know, because like another team member, they had a lot of the masculines had a dark night of the soul from like December to January, and they're coming through it now. They're in a better place. So I just thought maybe I'd see some glimpse of like maybe it's me wanting to
action?
change
It's
someone, but like,
action.
yeah, or
It's
just like,
action, Jen. Could
yeah,
it be
maybe it's
action?
action.
Could it be action that he's not doing that's
And then,
driving you nuts?
yeah, and then it just makes me like, because
What
he's
action
not
are
a
you taking,
bad
Jen?
human. Oh, fuck you. But okay, so Nicole's just asked me what action I'm taking, and I'm going to
Mirror,
explain
mirror. Right,
why.
so
That's true. He is my mirror, but I've stopped taking action because for years I would approach him, I would message him, I would ask him, I would try and pay him to do work for me on my house.
so were you trying really hard to make it work?
I was not making it
To
work, but
build
I
something?
just wanted to communicate because
Mm.
I even just like a hi because he meant so much to me.
Hmm. Would you
Like,
ever do anything like straight from the heart and not the head?
I think that I feel
I
that my
think.
ego has been so hurt from this. I can't anymore because today I chased him and it hurts.
Okay, so unconditional love. So I can't anymore. It hurts so much that I can't anymore. Your highest self is pure unconditional love.
Yeah.
Unconditional love can only be demonstrated when there are
Conditions.
yup.
But don't you think it gets to a point where, I don't know, I almost feel like maybe it's mirror, but is it self-preservation to
Yeah,
not,
ego, darling. That's ego. Because at the end of the day, I'll guarantee that this is your best outcome.
it's
When you
like a
can
bloody
look at your,
soap opera for
huh?
like a soap opera, listening
So,
to my
no.
drama.
I guarantee this is your best outcome. When you can absolutely open your soul and your heart,
Yeah.
give him a tsunami of love in your way and expect nothing back and be okay with it.
I think you're so fucking right. She's a genius, everyone, by the way.
Not at all. It's just
I think
if you
you're
use the
so spot
material
on.
and apply it to the situation. Yeah, because what you don't like is that he triggers you, and what you also don't like is that he is not letting you, inverted commas, right? You're choosing not to be your highest self
Yeah,
because your ego is feeling this hurt, so you go into protection mode. But
yeah,
actually, what it is you are yearning, your soul is yearning to be its true source, which is unconditional love, which
yeah.
means I will love you even when you are fill in the blanks.
And
And
it's the conditions that when I see him, I expect him to act. I expect him to do something. I am,
or
yeah,
you're
you're
hoping or you're needing to save the ego. But
like
I
ego needs
guarantee
it.
you, like now, the source of the life source and the heat that will rise in your body, in your vessel, when you realize an option. Remember, crazy eight, you're feel out of control, don't know what your options are. Your option is I can go and express unconditional love to him by going, sending him a text, leaving him a voice message, writing him a letter, do something beautifully romantic, whatever it is, and go, you know what, I'm gonna send you this love because I fucking love you. Excuse my language, people. I hope
Yeah,
there's no little kiddies listening. And I won't be triggered if you don't respond, because he might need his healing. He might still be an ego. He might be fearful, because you did tell me once his biggest fear is you rejecting him.
yeah, yeah.
What's he
He
doing to
told
you?
me,
And what are you feeling like he's doing to you? Rejecting you by
protecting
not
me.
saying hello. Sorry, people, if you hear tissues. I've got a little bit of a sniffly cold at the moment. So,
Just got our oh no, we're running out of time. Okay, we've got 10 minutes. I think this has
okay,
been
right.
completely
I think
divine.
we
So
can do. Yeah, I think this is going to be a perfect length, actually. So that is the thing, is when you can go, you know what, I love you. I don't need you to do anything in return, because need kills love. So when you basically
understand.
say, I need you to respond, I need you to look at me, I need you to acknowledge me, I need you to make the first move, I need you to just stop making me feel so bad, because I was doing fine after I saw you in the street twice
Yeah,
today, for goodness sake. Actually, you are going to feel high on life, and it will last you for days if you can send him this love. I'm not saying you will be able to do it like straight away, and you might need a couple of times, but if you can wrap your head around this, if you can send him unconditional love and not need a jot back, and go, you know what, it's only because he's hurting, it's only because you've heard him say, I'm scared of your rejection, because at the end of the day, you're his twin flame. You
yeah,
are the
yeah.
most amazing thing in the planet for him. And if you
I
aren't
think he
reaching out to
ignores
him for
me
some reason,
because that's why he ignores me anyway. It's easier to ignore me than to deal with
he's a
it.
threat because he can control that.
Yeah.
He's stopping getting into his crazy eggs. He's going, if I don't look at her, then I won't see, and then all these feelings won't come up, and then I can just ignore it and try and forget it ever happened. And that's his little coping strategy.
Oh, thank you, Mum and Angels, for setting up the trigger because it's just made an awesome podcast, right?
It has, actually. That's quite cool.
I do want to talk about sex, but we're not going to do it this time. We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, let's do that another time, and we're going to try and keep them short and sweet for people, because there's a lot to listen and take in. So
I
if
think this, can I just jump in? I think this does touch on 5D relationships. It is that thing of, relationships it's difficult, isn't it? With the like conditions.
challenging, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this is like an example of just loving the person with no attachment, no physical
No,
contact, not
no
even
need.
fucking talking to them, just energetically saying, you know what, I love you so much, but you're not around. But that's fine. I respect your process. and your life.
For example, right, when you've, let's say you come into a bit of money and, your friend's been a bit hard up and you're going to go, you know what, darling, there's 100 quid or something like that. It feels so good doing that, doesn't it? And you don't
Yeah,
want anything back. Okay, it'd be nice if they went, oh my God, thank you so much. But that's about it. Like, that would be great. Because if they didn't say that, you'd be thinking, hang on a minute, that's not quite, that's not truth expressed. Because any good friend of yours would say that. So that's more of a, I'm can see that the truth isn't there, because any good true friend would say thank you for it. So yeah, it might be you can get hung up on it's an ego thing, but hang on, that's
yeah,
something else. Giving, knowing you can make someone else happy, just fires you up, fires most people up. It's that same feeling, but we've been brought up, we kind of grow up in this trap of relationships and twin flames and those romantic need reciprocation. Actually, you can go into a shop and see a pair of shoes or a handbag and a jump, go, oh my God, I love that. The jumps,
yeah,
they're not done anything back to you, they're still sitting on the shelf.
yeah, yeah, for
They've
sure.
just
And
existed and you've
also
just allocated that love to them.
the love, if it's conditioned, that is an ego, isn't it? Whereas the soul is unconditional love. The soul will give in 5D, it is unconditional, whereas the ego is like it comes in with that, well, they haven't done this for me and I expect this and I expect that. So it
The
seems
ego's
perfect for
in
Valentine's Day, doesn't it?
it is, it is. The ego is survival. The ego is in survival mode. It's in, what do I do to protect myself? Yeah, so amazing. Well, hopefully,
Absolutely.
guys, you've followed a little bit about that. Please do get in touch if you haven't. If there's any element, because obviously Jen and I know each other really well, so there might have been an element we haven't explained that is confusing you. Please message us. We live for this. Literally, we live for this. So please do get in touch and say, can you explain this? Can you explain that? Or even if anyone wants to send us their scenario, you can obviously take out names. It can be anonymous, but send us your scenario and we will work it out if we can, or even come on a live stream anonymously, and that would be incredible. We can help you work out something live. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and sharing is like you feel really vulnerable, but sharing is so divine because we'll have the codes for each other from our experiences. So hopefully what I've been through
Might get off at
today,
the edge of your comfort zone.
yeah. Yeah,
So
so hopefully what
great.
I've been through today and sharing it will really help lots of people. So
Definitely. So, till next time, people, this is
we love
Jen
you.
and Nick. 5D Journey.org. We love you. We'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.